Now, good morning to all of you. Now, today's online session we have discussed some basic definitions. Okay. Now, first we have discussed about a momentum. Okay, this is a very useful definition. Okay, first today we have discussed about the momentum. What is meant by momentum? Okay. Now, here consider one particle. Okay, this is the one of the particle having a mass m. Okay, this particle moves with a velocity v in a straight line. Okay, one particle having its mass is m, moving with a velocity v, then it's a momentum. Okay, and the momentum can be denoted by a p. Then its momentum is defined as it is a product between mass of the particle and the velocity of the particle. See here, momentum is defined as product of mass and velocity. Okay, therefore the definition. Okay, what is the definition? Momentum is defined as it is a product of mass and velocity. Momentum is defined as a product of mass, the product of mass of a body, the product of mass of the object or body, mass of the body or object m, and velocity of the body v. It is velocity of the body v. Velocity of the body v. Okay, and it is denoted as m. And it is denoted as p. Okay, and momentum is denoted as p. Okay, see here, momentum is the defined as the product of mass of the body m and the velocity of the body v, and it is denoted by p. Okay, now what is its unit? Okay, then p is equal to mass into velocity. Then what is its SI unit? Okay, what is the SI unit of momentum? See here, SI unit of mass. What is the SI unit of mass? Kg. Okay, and what is the SI unit of velocity? Meter per second. Therefore, momentum having a unit, mass unit is kg, velocity unit is meter per second. Therefore, the SI unit of momentum is kg meter per second. Okay, now the momentum is a scalar quantity or vector quantity. Okay, in that case the momentum is a product of mass and velocity. Here velocity is a vector quantity, therefore momentum is also a vector quantity. Okay, momentum is a vector quantity. Momentum is a vector quantity. Okay, means momentum is a vector quantity. It is a magnitude as well as direction. Okay, momentum is a vector quantity. Okay, this is about a momentum. Okay, write down this. This momentum is helpful for defining a Newton's second law. Okay, see here, momentum is the product of mass of the object and the velocity of the object, and it is denoted by p. Therefore, p is equal to m into v. SI unit of momentum is kg meter per second, and momentum is a scalar quantity. Now, this is helpful for defining a Newton's second law. Now, we have to define a Newton's second law. Now, Newton's second law. Then what is the Newton's second law? Okay. Now it's a definition. Definition of Newton's second law. What is the definition of Newton's second law? Anyone knows? If anyone knows, please tell me. Okay. Newton's second law is defined as the force applied on any body is directly proportional to rate of change of momentum. Okay. What is the Newton's second law? The force applied on a body is directly proportional to rate of change of momentum. Okay, that is the force applied on a body. The force applied on a body is directly proportional to the rate of change of momentum. The force applied on the body is directly proportional to the rate of change of momentum. Means F is directly proportional to dp by dt. Okay, dp by dt is nothing but rate of change of momentum. F is directly proportional to rate of change of momentum. Okay, now we have to remove a proportionality constant. Okay, in place of proportionality constant we have to write equating sign and some proportionality constant. Therefore F is equal to k into dp by dt. Okay, this is a Newton's second law. F is directly proportional to dp by dt. Okay, we have to remove a proportionality sign and in place of proportionality we have to write equal to and k, where k is a proportionality constant. K is a constant of proportionality. Okay, k is a constant of proportionality or proportionality constant. Okay, and you know that p is nothing but a momentum. Okay, therefore p is equal to mv. Therefore F is equal to k into d by dt. Okay, in place of p I can write m into v. Okay, therefore F is equal to k into dp by dt into mv. Okay, where m is the mass and v is the velocity of the particle. Okay, then in that case m is the mass. Okay, mass is constant. Okay, therefore we can take that constant mass can be outside to that differentiation. Okay, therefore I can write F is equal to, okay, this is a mass is a constant, therefore we can take it is outside to that differentiation. Okay, therefore F is equal to k into m. Okay, d by dt of, here is only v. Okay, therefore F is equal to km into dv by dt. Then you know that dv by dt. What is the dv by dt? Rate of change of velocity is nothing but a acceleration. Therefore F is equal to k into m. dv by dt is nothing but acceleration. Okay, therefore the force applied on a body is equal to the product of mass and acceleration, where k is the proportionality constant. Therefore we have to remove it. Therefore F is equal to ma. This is the famous relation. Okay, this relation is a Newton's second law. Okay, Newton's second law is F is directly proportional to dp by dt, or F is the product of the force applied on the body is the product of mass and acceleration. These are the two relations is a defined as a Newton's second law. Therefore Newton's second law is also defined as the force applied on a body is the product of mass of the body and the acceleration of the body. Okay, this is about the Newton's second law. Write down this. Now, SI unit. The SI unit of force. Okay. SI unit of force is a Newton. SI unit of force is Newton, and the symbolical representation is N. Okay, SI unit of force is Newton. Okay, and force is a vector quantity. Force is a vector quantity. Okay, the SI unit of force is Newton and it is a vector quantity. Okay, this is about the. Now next our topic is Newton's third law. Okay, then everyone knows that the definition of Newton's third law: to every action there is always an equal and opposite reactions. This is a famous Newton's third law definition. Okay, and the another in different way we have to define the Newton's third law as force on A by B is equal and opposite to the force on B by A. Okay, now see here is a object A, here is a object B. Okay, then the force applied on a object A by object B is defined as FAB. FAB stands for force on object A by B. Okay, and when the object A applied a force on object B, means force on object B by object A is FBA. Okay, in that case what happened? FAB is equal to FBA. Okay, means that two forces are equal in magnitude. Okay, means their magnitude is same. FAB is equal to FBE. Their magnitudes is same, but the direction is different. Means FAB is opposite to the FBA. Means FAB is this direction and FBE is this direction. Therefore, force on object A by B is equal and opposite, means both are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. This minus sign indicates the direction, means FAB is equal to minus FBA. This minus sign indicates the directions, means that two forces FAB and FBA, okay, that two forces are equal in magnitude but their direction is opposite to each other. This minus sign indicates the direction, means force on object A by B is equal in magnitude to the force on object B by A, but their directions are opposite to each other. This is a Newton's third law. Means here force on object A by B means FAB. Okay, and the force on object B by A means FBA. Okay, that two forces are equal in magnitude but their directions are opposite to each other. Therefore, FAB is equal to minus FBA. This minus sign indicates the directions are opposite to each other. Okay. Now, next we have to see a small definition, that is an impulse. Okay. Now, small definition, impulse. Now, see here what happens. Sometimes we can't find out a momentum and the time, okay, separately, and sometimes we can't find out a force and the time. Means if you can apply the force on any object for a certain time, okay, sometimes the force and the duration of applied force, okay, that two physical quantity can't find out separately. In that case we have to use a impulse. Okay, then what is a impulse? Okay, impulse is the product of force and the time duration. Time duration. Okay, impulse is the force and time duration, their product. Okay, impulse is the product of force and time duration. Okay, now see some example. Okay, now I can take a one ball. Okay, I can hit that ball on the wall. Okay, in that case, when I can throw a ball on a wall, okay, in that case, when I can apply the force on that ball can be applied a force on the wall, okay, and come back again. Okay, in that case, when the ball is thrown on this wall, the ball can be applied a force on the wall, okay, for a very short time, and it can be come back. In that case, whatever the force applied on the wall and the time duration to which the force can be applied on the wall, that two physical quantities can't find out separately. Therefore their product, the force and the time duration at which the force can be applied on the object, their product is known as a impulse. Okay, therefore impulse is nothing but the force applied and the time duration at which the force applied, their product is nothing but a impulse. Okay, and another definition, this impulse is nothing but change in momentum. Okay, the impulse is nothing but change in momentum. Okay, the impulse is also defined as change in momentum. Okay, now see here, now this is the wall. Okay, I can throw the ball on the wall. Okay, when the object is touches to the wall and come back again. Okay, now in that case, now when the object is thrown on the wall, okay, the object having a mass m, here in that case again a mass is m. When the object is thrown on the wall, okay, in that case when the object is going towards the wall, okay, in that case its velocity is v initial. Okay, when the object is touches to the wall, in that case its velocity is vi. When the object is touches to the wall and come back again, there in that case its velocity is vf. Okay, when the object is touches to the wall, in that case its velocity, we have to say that vi. Okay, when the object is rebounds or come back again and its velocity is vf. Okay, in that case when the object is go towards the wall, in that case its momentum is, okay, its momentum is m into vi. Okay, when it rebounds, its momentum is m into vf. Okay, then in that case the change in their momentum, means momentum before collision and the momentum after collision, the difference between their momentum is nothing but the impulse. Okay, that is impulse is nothing but change in momentum. Okay, that is final momentum minus initial momentum. Okay, therefore impulse is equal to change in momentum. Okay, that is final momentum minus initial momentum, or momentum after collision minus momentum before collision. Okay, final momentum minus initial momentum. Okay, or the momentum after collision minus momentum before collision, means that is m into v final, okay, minus m into v initial. Okay, this is equal to a impulse. Okay, impulse is nothing but change in momentum, or impulse is nothing but force into time duration. Okay, therefore also it is defined as force means f into time duration means delta t, f into delta t. Okay, impulse is equal to force into time duration, that is f into delta t. Also impulse is defined as change in momentum, means the final momentum minus initial momentum. That is, final momentum is mvf minus mvi. Or also the impulse is nothing but change in momentum, means momentum after collision minus momentum before collision, means that is momentum after collision minus momentum before collision. This is a definition of impulse. Okay, now today we have stopped. Good morning to all of you. Okay, today we have discussed about conservation of momentum. Okay, now first we have discussed what is a definition. Okay, there are two definitions. The first definition is, in an isolated system, the total momentum of the system is zero or unchanged. This is called the law of conservation of momentum. Means, in an isolated system, what is meant by isolated system? Okay, the isolated system is nothing but the force acting on the system is zero, means there will be no external force. Okay, isolated system means no external force act on the system. Okay, no external force act on the system. This type of system is known as a isolated system. Means, in an isolated system, means if no force act on the system, okay, in that case the total momentum of the system is zero, or the total momentum of the system is unchanged. Okay, means in an isolated system the total momentum of the system is zero, or the total momentum of the system is unchanged. Okay, this is called as a law of conservation of momentum. Okay, for that purpose, okay, see, we have here one example. Okay, now to see this conservation of momentum, okay, bullet gun system. Okay, now see, this is a one gun. Okay, now see, this is a one of the gun. Okay, now see, this is the gun. Okay, and in that gun there will be one bullet. Okay, now this is the bullet. Okay, now this is the gun. Okay, then in bullet gun system, okay, in bullet gun system, okay, now we have to see the force act on the bullet. The force act on the bullet is F. The force act on the bullet is F. Okay, the force act on the bullet, when you have to fire, then the force act on the bullet, okay, the force act on the bullet by the gun is F. Okay, means when you fire, okay, the force act on the bullet by the gun is F. Okay, at the same time, okay, at the same time, what happened? Okay, when you have to fire, the force act on the bullet by the gun is F. At the same time, the force act on the gun by the bullet, okay, the force act on the gun by the bullet is minus F. Okay, when you have to fire, the force act on the bullet by the gun is F. At the same time, okay, you have to see, if you have fire, okay, if you are on the gun and if you have fire, what happen? The force act on the gun by the bullet in a forward direction. At the same time, the gun goes in a backward direction, means the force act on a bullet by the gun is F, and at the same time the force act on the gun by the bullet is minus F. Okay, then using Newton's second law, using Newton's third law, what happened? Using Newton's third law, that two forces are equal in magnitude but act in the opposite in direction. Therefore, F is equal to minus F. Means what is the F? The force act on the bullet by the gun is F, and the force act on the gun by the bullet is minus F. Therefore, these two forces are equal in magnitude but opposite in directions. Okay. Now that two forces act in the same time interval. Okay. That two forces act in same interval of time. Same interval of time delta t. We have to say that two forces act in the same interval of time. Therefore, we have to multiply this with delta t and this with also delta t. Therefore, this is equal to F into delta t. Okay, this is equal to minus F into delta t. Now, we have to say this is the equation 1. See here, this is by using a Newton's third law, the force act on the gun by the bullet is F, and the force act on the gun by the force act on the bullet by the gun is F, and the force act on the gun by the bullet is minus F. Therefore, by using a Newton's third law, F is equal to minus F. Okay, that two forces act in the same interval of time. Therefore, this is equal to F into delta t is equal to minus F into delta t. Then we have to already see F into delta t is nothing but impulse. Okay, F into delta t is nothing but impulse. Okay, therefore F into delta t. What is the F? What is the F? Force means that is the force act on the bullet. Force act on the bullet by the gun is F. Therefore, this is the impulse. Okay, this is the impulse. Okay, this is the impulse act on the bullet. Okay, and do you know that impulse is nothing but change in momentum. Impulse is nothing but change in momentum. Therefore, this is nothing but change in momentum. Change in momentum. Change in momentum of the bullet. Change in momentum of bullet. Okay, this is the change in momentum of the bullet. And this is equal to, okay, this is equal to minus, okay, this is F into delta t, minus F into delta t. What is the minus F into delta t? Okay, tell me, minus F into delta t. Okay, this is a minus. Okay, minus F into delta t is nothing but change in momentum of the gun. Okay, change in momentum of the gun. Change in momentum of the gun. Okay, this F delta t is nothing but the impulse, but impulse is nothing but change in momentum. Therefore, this F into delta t is nothing but change in momentum of bullet. Okay, and this F into delta t minus F into delta t is nothing but change in momentum of the gun. That twos are in the opposite direction. Therefore, we have to write here minus. Okay, change in momentum of bullet is equal to minus change in momentum of the gun. Okay, then this is nothing but final momentum minus initial momentum. Okay, therefore P final minus P initial. This is a change in momentum, and I can write B for bullet. Okay, this is nothing but change in momentum of the bullet is equal to minus change in momentum of the gun, means final momentum of the gun minus initial momentum of the gun. Okay, this B stands for, okay, change in momentum of bullet. PF minus PI, B stands for a bullet and G stands for a gun. Okay, therefore this is a change in momentum of the bullet is equal to minus change in momentum of the gun. Okay, now this is the equation 2. See here, change in momentum of the gun is equal to minus change in momentum of the change in momentum of the bullet is equal to minus change in momentum of the gun. Okay, now we have to say initially means before firing. Okay, before firing the bullet and the gun both are stationary. Okay, before firing the bullet and gun are stationary. Therefore, the initial velocity of bullet and the initial velocity of gun is 0. Okay, means before firing, the gun, the bullet and gun both are stationary. Okay, both are stationary. Okay, before firing, the bullet and gun both are stationary. Okay, therefore the velocity of bullet before firing and velocity of gun before firing are 0. Okay, therefore the velocity of bullet and gun both are 0. Okay, both are 0. Okay, means before firing the gun and bullet both are stationary, therefore their velocities are 0. Their velocities are 0 means their momentum is also 0. Okay, therefore before firing their momentum is also 0. Therefore before firing their momentum also 0. Okay, means before firing their velocities are 0. Okay, therefore their momentum, what is the formula of momentum? Momentum is P is equal to m into v. If velocity is 0, then momentum is also 0. If this velocity is 0, then mass into 0 is nothing but a 0. Therefore their momentum is also 0. Okay, before firing the velocity of gun and velocity of bullet both are stationary, means the velocity of bullet and velocity of gun is 0. Therefore their momentum is also 0. Okay, therefore the initial momentum of bullet is 0 and the initial momentum of gun, is also 0. Okay, initial momentum of bullet is also 0 and the initial momentum of gun is also 0. Therefore substitute this value in equation 2. Okay, then substitute this value in equation 1. Okay, now I have to rough this part. Okay, now substitute these values in equation 1. What happened? Now substitute these values in equation 1. These values, in equation 2. These values in equation 2. Okay, substitute these values in equation 2. Okay, that is the initial momentum of bullet is 0 and the initial momentum of gun is also 0. Means this quantity is 0 and this quantity is also 0. Therefore, what is the remaining? That is the final momentum of the bullet is equal to final minus final momentum of the gun. Okay, now we have to simply, this I can write, this is a PB is equal to minus PG. Therefore PB plus PG is equal to 0. Means this is a momentum of the bullet and the momentum of the gun. Okay, the sum is 0. Okay, therefore the total momentum of the system, okay, total momentum of the system. Okay, in that system only bullet and gun are present. Therefore the total momentum of the system is nothing but bullet plus gun system. Okay, is 0. Okay, the total momentum of the system is 0. Therefore, we can say that the momentum is conserved. Okay, therefore the momentum is conserved. conserve. Conserve means constant. Okay, means in that bullet gun system, okay, if the net external force is zero, means in an isolated system, the total momentum of the system is zero. The total momentum of the system is zero or unchanged. Okay, this is the one of the example, that is a bullet gun system is the one of the example of, that is the conservation of linear momentum, means that is the total momentum of the system is zero. This is the one of the example. Okay, now we have to see the second definition of that conservation of momentum. Understand this first. Okay, what is the first definition? The total momentum of the system, okay, that is the isolated system, is zero. Okay, that is in an isolated system. What is meant by isolated system? If the net external force act on the system is zero, then in that case the total momentum of the system is zero. Okay, this is called as the momentum of law of conservation, or the law of conservation of momentum. Okay, conserve is nothing but constant. Okay, conserve is nothing but constant. Okay, constant of motion. Okay, conserve is nothing but constant or constant of motion, means if the net external force is zero, write down, if the net external force is zero, the total momentum of the system is zero or unchanged, is zero or unchanged. Okay, this is known as the momentum of conservation, or the law of momentum of conservation. Okay, now we have to see a second definition. Now, second definition of conservation of momentum. Okay, what is the second definition? In an isolated system, the total final momentum is equal to the total initial momentum of the system. Okay, the total final momentum, okay, is equal to the total initial momentum of the system. Okay, now this is the definition of conservation of momentum. Okay, now we have to see one example. Okay, let two particles A and B are in the system. Okay, two particles are in the system. Let A and B are the two particles of the system. Okay, now their initial momentum is PA and PB respectively. Okay, means their initial momentum is PA and PB respectively. Okay, then A and B are collides on each other. Okay, collides on each other. Then after collision, okay, their momentums are PA prime and PB prime respectively. Okay, see here, this is a particle A, okay, and this is a particle B. Okay, what happened? Particle A and particle B, okay, after some time they are collides on each other. Okay, A and B are collides on each other. Okay, before collision their momentum is Pa and Pb respectively. Okay, then after collision, okay, they have to move in a different direction. Okay, now suppose A moves in that direction and B moves in that direction, then after collision their momentum is Pa prime and Pb prime respectively. Okay, now initially their momentums are Pa and Pb, then after collision their momentums become Pa prime and Pb prime. Okay, then by the definition of a impulse, okay, by using a definition of impulse, okay, now using definition of impulse, okay, what is the definition of impulse? Okay, definition of impulse, that is force act on A by B into delta t. Force act on A into B, okay, force act on A in B, okay, means in that case the force act, now the B will be collides on A, means that is force act on A by B into delta t is nothing but change in momentum of A, change in momentum of A. Okay, force act on A by B into delta t, okay, is nothing but change in momentum of A. Okay, then what is the change in momentum of A? Means that is final momentum minus initial momentum. Okay, what is the final momentum of A? Okay, that is final momentum of A. What is the final momentum of A? Pa prime. Okay, means after collision whatever the momentum, that is the final momentum. Okay, therefore change in momentum of A, that is final momentum, that is Pa prime minus initial momentum is Pa. Okay, before collision whatever the momentum is there, that is a initial momentum. Therefore force act on A by B into delta t is equal to change in momentum of A. Therefore F AB into delta t, okay, F AB into delta t is nothing but final momentum of A, that is Pa prime minus initial momentum of A, that is Pa. Okay, now this is the equation 1. Okay, similarly, okay, that is force act on B by A into delta t is nothing but change in momentum of B. Okay, this is nothing but change in momentum of B. Okay, that is final momentum of B minus initial momentum of B. Okay, change in momentum of B means that is final momentum of B. What is the final momentum of B? Means that is momentum after collision, that is Pb prime minus initial momentum. Okay, initial momentum of B. What is the initial momentum of B? What is the initial momentum of B? This is a Pb. Okay, Pb prime minus Pb. Now this is the equation 2. See here the two systems A and B. Okay, then when they before collides their momentum is Pa and Pb. After collides their momentum become Pa prime and Pb prime. Therefore by using the definition of impulse, that is force acting on A by B into delta t is nothing but change in momentum of A, that is final momentum of A minus initial momentum of B. Similarly the force acting on B by A in delta t, okay, is equal to change in momentum of B, that is final momentum of B, that is Pb prime minus initial momentum of B, that is Pb. Okay, then using the Newton's third law, what is the Newton's third law? That is the force act on A by B, okay, is equal to force act on B by A. Therefore, these two forces are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. Therefore, FAB into delta T is equal to minus FBA into delta T. Okay, this is the Newton's third law. Okay, then substitute equation 1 and 2. Substitute equation 1 and 2. Then after substituting equation 1 and 2, that is force act on A by B into delta T is nothing but PA prime minus PA, okay, and this minus as it is. This is nothing but PB prime minus PB, okay. Then this is nothing but PA prime minus PA is equal to minus into PB means minus PB prime. This minus into minus is plus PB. This minus PB, which is in the right hand side, we can convert it into a left hand side. The minus become a plus. Therefore, PA prime, okay, this minus PB from right to left, this is a plus PB prime is equal to this minus PA, which is in the left hand side, we have to take into a right hand side, it is become a plus PA, that is PA plus PB, okay, PA plus PB. Okay, what is the PA prime? That is the final momentum of A. What is the PB prime? Final momentum of B. Therefore, this is nothing but the total final momentum. Okay, therefore the total final momentum of this system is equal to what is the PA? This is the initial momentum of A. What is the PB? Initial momentum of B. Therefore, this is nothing but the total final momentum. The total final momentum is equal to total initial momentum. Okay, this is another definition of conservation of momentum. Means in an isolated system, the total final momentum is equal to the total initial momentum. Okay, now this is the equation 3. Okay, that is total initial momentum, or that is total final momentum is equal to the total initial momentum of the system. Okay, this is another definition of conservation of momentum. Okay, there are two definitions. First definition, tell me what is the first definition? In an isolated system, the total momentum of the system is 0 or unchanged. The total momentum of the system is 0 or unchanged. And in second definition, in an isolated system, the total final momentum is equal to the total initial momentum of the system. Okay. Now we have to see some example later on this point. Okay, there will be two definition of conservation of momentum. First definition, in an isolated system. Isolated system. Okay, what is meant by isolated system? Total external force is 0. The total external force act on the system is 0. Write down definition of isolated system. Isolated system is the total external force act on the system is 0. Then that system is known as a isolated system. Write down definition. The total external force act on the system is 0. That type of system is known as a isolated system. Okay, means in an isolated system, the total final momentum is equal to the total initial momentum of the system. And the first definition is the total momentum of the system is 0. The total momentum of the system is 0. Okay.